All right. Welcome to Nollywood Film Club. I am Mr. C, a Verico critic. And yes, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Not for dropping this late. I think this was always the plan. I should have told you last week. I had it in my notes, but I obviously forgot it. And now you guys are wondering, well, where was our episode? Anyway, I apologize. It is here now. We were on holiday, and hence why you have one of the senior miscreants hosting this NFC. No, shout out to Vanessa though. It's not easy to host the NFC space sometimes, but I thought she did a really good job, even turning into a miscreant herself during the pushback section. I have not listened to all of it, but the parts I've listened to, it feels like she carried very much in the vein of, in the spirit of an NFC host. If you guys want other people to host more, just buy us more tickets. Holiday tickets will go. It's other people can host. Anyway, that aside, I do hope you enjoy Nollywood Film Club discussing Postcards.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Nollywood Film Club. We discuss Nollywood movies and sometimes Nollywood topics. Sundays at 6 p.m. West African time. What? But before we begin, I'd like to say welcome to a new dispensation. If this is your first NFC, welcome, and here's how this goes. We discuss the good, things you enjoyed, or things that were done well, in your opinion. And then we discuss the bad. Well, that's pretty self explanatory. And then we have a pushback section where you respectfully call out and disagree with points made by previous speakers. And then we summarize. This week on NFC, we will be discussing Postcards, the series on Netflix and the second project for producer and director Hamisha Daryani Ahuja. And so we're going to go straight into the good section. I'm ignoring the thumbs down by a busybody. Um, Timmy was first in line for our speaker. So, Timmy, do you want to tell us your goods?
Um, Hello everyone. Today I don't think I have a lot to say for the good, but for the things I liked, the things I think were done well. Oh wow, sorry. I think that the opening title sequence was pretty.
Why is there a police car chase where you
No
are?
wait, it's not a police car, it's an ambulance.
Oh no, someone was hurt, Timmy.
Okay, sorry for the background noise. Okay, so the things that I liked, I think the opening title sequence was really nice. It was well designed. It looked nice, beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns. I like the fact that Toby Bakri was in this because I'm a diehard fan of Toby, so I was happy to see him in this. Um, what else did I like? I liked at the beginning. I liked the way they introduced us to Shola Ali's character. I don't remember her name. And the last thing that I liked was the fact that in the house, that's Rama, her husband's house, they lived in a studio apartment. So I believe that that makes sense in terms of how the both of them didn't plan on having kids. So since the both of them didn't want to have kids and them living in a studio apartment, it just sort of made sense. And I feel like that was like the one thing that I think they did right. So, that'll be all. Thank you.
Oh, that was very brief. Thank you, Timmy. Next in line is Onyekasola. Onyekasola, do you want to tell us what your goods are for postcards?
First of all, it sounds like I'm calling into the radio. So professional, so amazing.
You know,
Thank you.
I was like, we've been tortured by our professionalism from a certain man that I figured I might as well just give the people a taste of what it's like to have a professional hostess.
So appreciative of it.
Thank you.
Um, yes. So what I liked, I quite enjoyed this. It was quick. It was pretty saccharine. I was like, okay. And the colors were beautiful, and I enjoyed it. Now, I kind of like the positive vibe that this movie was going for. And not movie, sorry, series. I like the positive vibe the series was going for. It was so sweet. I like the little romance. It was a nice supportive romance. Yes, it was good. I like Shola being positive and everything, even though she yelled once. It was really nice. There was what's the word? There was some sort of chemistry. I like RMD with I don't know the older Indian guy is something. I kind of liked it. I think it was fun. It was a fun little show. So yeah, it was now story wise. Is it cool? Hey, not everything has to be was it literature. Not everything has to be James Joyce, okay? Not everything has to be James Joyce. And most people also don't read James Joyce. So but I liked it. I liked the positiveness. I liked it. The doctor was hot doctor. Liked it. Uh yeah, it was wonderful. It was beautiful. Love, romance. It ended happy. It ended good. You learn to have a second chance. You learn to have those things. It's an okay something. It's enjoyable. It's good. Does it have mistakes? Sure. Well, it was very good at distracting me from doing my work. Instead of doing it, I watched the show. And I wasn't upset that I had to go back and do the work and sleep at 2 o'clock. But I wasn't upset. I actually liked it, which is
I'm
good.
glad. Thank you so much, Oyinkan. After Oyinkan Sola, we have Nolly Goodfellow, our resident Indian Nollywood lover. I can't wait to hear what you think about this Nolly meets Bolly mix. Can we hear Nolly Goodfellow, guys? Because I can't. Or is Elon doing me a mad thing?
I cannot hear.
Oh no, Nolly Goodfellow, we can't seem to hear you.
Well, maybe next time.
Oh
Maybe,
man,
maybe, maybe you can get off and come back in again.
yeah, Nolly Goodfellow, you might have to get off the space and come back. What? While Nolly Goodfellow is sorting out his Elon issues, we're gonna have Nollywood must change. Please tell us what you thought about postcards. Nollywood must change. It appears Nollywood must change isn't here anymore on the stage.
I believe Elon got him.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is not okay. After well, it seems like Nolly Goodfellow is back.
Maybe the god of
Okay,
are you back?
can you hear me
Nolly
now?
Goodfellow is back. Yes, we can hear you, Nolly Goodfellow. We can't hear
Ah,
James
so much
James.
better. Well, yeah, I had to make it for this one. So, yeah, I left the party midway and came. So, yeah, well, overall, I did like the whole feeling of this one. And somewhere in the middle, RMD and his friend were drinking. So, I was like, even I should get myself a drink. And I don't know if it was me or the alcohol, but overall, I enjoyed it. Of course, it was far from flawless or far from even, you know, being coherent. But there was quite a lot I enjoyed. And first thing first, I'd say maybe it was a comparison with Namaste Wahala. I liked how the Bollywoodness in this was a bit more. I don't know if subtle is the right word, but it wasn't as trying hard, you know. Like in Namaste Wahala, they had that whole song and dance sequence which was so forced. Here, the Bollywoodness came from the dreaminess, and it came from those things like where you have a song and then when there's a sad emotional moment, you have an emotional version of the same song play. Those sort of elements were there. Talking about songs, I just loved the song at the intro, and this is the first time I think I never skipped the intro in all 6 episodes. So that was there, and yeah, I think Hamisha Daryani is doing the Lord's job by making beautiful Nigerian women wear the sari. And yeah, yeah, I mean, even though Inidima Okoji has set the bar pretty high, and I don't think anyone can come close to that, but it was still nice to see, and I must say, Shola Auntie was really good. She looked really nice in the sari, and yeah, talking about that, I also like how, Shola and Toby got to do roles which were pretty different from what I've seen them do. Like, Shola was in the usual screaming sort of a role, and Toby also he got to show his vulnerable side. That
Mm-hmm.
was there. I also like the friendships. There were quite there were some nice friendships in the film, like Toby and that new roommate. I think that was a really nice friendship, uh, especially in a new place when you've got someone who can help you around. That was nice. RMD and that Indian guy was a good friendship. Ibrahim and Toby was also a nice friendship. I don't know if I can say the same about Rama and what's her name, Nancy Sime. Uh, yeah, and chemistry. I somehow feel Nigerians have better chemistry with Indians now. Rama and Rajneesh were making a good pair. Toby and that Indian chick were making a really good pair. There are some dialogues also that I liked. Yeah, I liked how everyone went, "Are you dying?" when RMD changed his ways. So that was funny, and yeah, even though I do feel they kept all the good dialogues for the Indians. So I think, yeah, that covers almost everything.
Thank
But
you
yeah,
so much. That
that's
was very expansive. Timmy, please, can you mute everybody? Can you mute everybody now? Oh wow, the power, the power. Wow. Wow, the ability to mute. Oh, wow, this is amazing. Um After Nolly Goodfellow, I have sorry. I have Nollywood Must Change. Is Nollywood Must Change back? Nollywood Must Change. Are you back? Can we hear you? Can you attempt to speak? I keep trying to accept Nollywood Must Change, but Elon is not letting this happen. Nollywood Must Change.
Hello, you muted me.
Oh yeah, hi Nollywood Must Change. Welcome Nollywood Must Change. Now can we get your good, please, for postcards?
Okay. My only good about this series is that you are hosting the space. That's my only good. I don't have any other good. I'm sorry. That's all.
I knew there was something. That's why Elon did not want to let you speak the first time. I knew there was something. When this man said my only good, oh my god. Okay. I I don't even know where to start with this, to be honest. After Nollywood Must Change, I have Do I have Corridor? I feel like I've lost my list. I think I have Corridor. Corridor, please, can you tell us your goods for postcards?
Hi, twin.
Hi,
Welcome to
twin.
Hostingville.
Thank you.
Postcards. Okay, I actually have a list of goods which I'm happy about. Um, I, as always, enjoyed watching Atishola do what she does because I love that woman like I love my life. I enjoyed that scene where RMD was jogging down the street and we saw his reveal. I was like, "Hi, Daddy!" It was very much it gave what it needed to give. I'm happy about that. I enjoyed watching Rama Saudu live her Bollywood fantasy that every Northern girl has, speaking Hindi and doing the damn thing. It gave me vibes. I was just like, "Ooh, yeah, you." I loved seeing all the saris, the bust down wigs were busting. It was cute. I liked seeing the food and like the culture fusions. I also kind of liked the chemistry to an extent. I don't think that everyone had amazing chemistry together, but I do think that in some instances it worked. And yeah, that's what I like.
Thank you, Twinny. Next on my list, I have B. B, can you please tell us your goods for postcards?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. So first of all, I like the simplicity of the story. It's a basic story, and basically just exploring family dynamic in the real sense of it. So they didn't really try to do too much with that angle. In fact, the only character that I saw that had that they that they tried to give some depth more than the others was the RMD character. I mean, they tried to like give him some more depth than the others. Toby, Toby was average at best. I think he struggled. He struggled a bit with. You could tell that he was acting. So that angle and the other things. Okay, I'm only permitted to say the good things, right? I shouldn't go further than that because
Yeah, we're still
I
just
have
doing
quite.
good. We're still just doing good. Don't worry, you get your chance. We're
Okay,
still just doing good. Thank you so much, B.
all right, all right. Thank
Finally, we have a miscreant who's been lurking about. I don't know why. We have a local critic, and I'm very sure it's Mr. C, because he can't seem to just enjoy the vacation that my good sis took him on. I don't
Actually, I'm here to. I seized this phone to stop him from thumbs down.
you, my twin. I just knew you would be there for me. I just knew you would be there for me. Uh-uh.
Yeah, he's a hoodlum. I'm trying to domesticate him. It's not working.
My friend say you're good. Let me say my good.
What say you're good because I can't really remember too much. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. First of all, anybody that don't like this film, the liver, the kidney, the unmitigated gall, the temerity, the audacity. How dare you?
Wow. Okay.
The
Isn't it like
director,
you're saying the director is
the
just
We
saying,
get
director I
it. You
gave
love
you
Hamisha, ma.
from the person that gave you Namaste
Namaste
Wahala.
Wahala.
How dare you? What were you expecting?
Why
Like
is
this is
this?
actually. Let me tell you right now. One of
Mhm.
my favorite good. The filmmaking has actually expanded.
It's
There's a,
true. She has
okay. Yeah.
she has learned
Let me
some
start
things.
with. Let me start with. I've already done 2 episodes because I. Let's go
Because
with.
we're on vacation.
Let's go with I fell asleep after 2 episodes. Um, let's go with that. But in those 2 episodes I saw, the filmmaking abilities have expanded. I saw some time lapse stuff, even though we can go into more details into how it was done. But there have been different ways of communicating different things in from the filmmaking aspect. So she has expanded her filmmaking bracket. Now, what it means overall for the rest of for the film as a whole, as a thing, we'll get to that later. But another thing I thought was decently done is that, like when Nollywood decides to make TV series, let's just put it as TV series, quote unquote, because we feel like essentially when we get to TV series, we basically have a problem with cutting
Yep.
things. We'll make one long film and we're like, hey, we can sell it to you as TV series. But this one actually does feel like every episode feels like it's sort of the end of something. I'll get to more of this maybe later on, or maybe I won't. Or maybe
All
I'll.
from 2
Yeah.
episodes.
Oh, yes, all from 2 episodes. But the 2 episodes I
No,
saw,
it's the later
it
one you're
feels.
talking about that I'm wondering where you're getting from 2 episodes.
My friend, don't interrupt me. This is my good. So, for in terms of like as an episode, this is more than Shantytown, more than King of Boys, more than what's the other TV series, quote unquote, we've been having.
We have Far From Home.
Okay.
I see your time is going, oh.
Okay. Anyway, so even I would say even more than Far From Home, I think this does feel like at the end of each episode, it does feel like something that's completed. So well done. I'm a little sad she's getting better at filmmaking, to be honest, because it does not help my mission, it does not help my agenda, it does not help my purpose in my life for enjoying this kind of.
See, when everybody calls you a hater,
I'm loving. I'm loving actually. I'm giving praise. It's pinning me, but I'm giving praise. But I wanted her to stay in her bag, but she's getting better at some aspects. But there's some key aspects of her that she keeps true to her nature that made me enjoy some of this. in the way that I intended to. But yes.
One more good from me. I appreciate that I appreciate her commitment to showing up in her films. I love it. I love it.
Okay, all right,
Thank you
yeah.
so much, the C's. I don't want to have Mr. C come back for the bad. Please, Mrs. C, whatever you have to do to distract him, it would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Next we have Precious. I feel like Precious, welcome. We're not this badly behaved all the time. But please tell us your goods for postcards.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, I lost my voice. It's not my first time here. Um, anyway, I just didn't understand the point of postcards, but the good in this movie was Shola's makeup, especially at the party scene and where in her shop. I think the makeup was amazing. Her facial skin looked amazing, and that's just the good thing about the movie. I liked her makeup. It was so beautiful. That's just it.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you very much, Precious. I didn't see the makeup bit coming. Um, I have Halima, the only black bird in the something something.
Finally, God, I've been praying that
And
my
Elon
network
finally let you up. Elon
will
finally
not
let you up.
fumble again.
Thank you,
God,
Halima. Tell
okay,
us
so
your
my
goods for
good,
postcards.
I can barely hear you, but I'm just going to assume that I'm supposed to be speaking right now, and you can hear me. Can everybody hear me? Okay. So my good, I would say, okay, I like that there were a lot of fine faces in this film. You know, Dr. Sadat, Brahma Sadao, just fine faces. Everybody looks pretty, right? And I also kind of like the art direction. I don't know if that's right, but like the colors in this film at the beginning, the intro video, all of those things, it looks bubbly and nice, and it would have added a bit of spice to the film, if the film was. But anyways, it looks fine, and that's just it. That's what I like. It looks fine. Oh, I liked what's this guy's name? The guy that acted RMD's personal assistant. Yeah, that's the only person I liked, and that's all my good. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Halima. And I think finally, we have Chinweke. Chinweke, please tell us your goods for postcards.
Oh, hey everyone. So I had a conversation earlier with Uchenna. I noticed he's not a speaker, so I'm just going to read off our conversation as the goods. So let me just read verbatim what he said because I couldn't find anything personally, but he said this thing. So, well, Nigerians have had an affection for Bollywood for a long time, and Indians have been in Nigeria for even longer. So there are interesting connections between the two countries that are worth exploring. So this film is sort of like a way to sell our markets to other continents and other film industries and whatnot. So it's always a positive. So yeah, and I don't know. I think it. I mean, it's not saying much these days, but it looked nice. Yeah, thank you.
Wow, not you boroposing. Wow. Is this what life has come to? Hmm. Okay.
I'm not even here for this section, please.
Hey God. Don't worry, I'm cuckoo ready to fight. I'm just gonna read a couple comments. I have Still Human has her likes in the comments, or their likes, I don't know who they are, or male or female. They're very mysterious person. The likes are the appearance of food and characters actually eating. Yes, I agree. Rahama Sadal, always. Dr. Siddharth is a fine man. And episode 1, 2, 3. You know what? Very specific. I appreciate it. This is not a good, but someone said they only came here just to witness my regime, which is amazing. Um, that same person, the only good is Rahama Sadal, which is amazing. Honestly, I agree. Now we're gonna go into my goods. I love this, and I don't have to do too much. Everybody has said a bunch of things, and I don't. This is amazing, guys. I love being having so much power. My goods, Rahama Sadal. Genuinely, I don't know what you people have been sleeping on my girl, and if this Bollywood bag is gonna be Rahama Sadal's thing, I'm here for it. Cause hearing when I heard her first speak Hindi, I was like, pause, excuse you. And then she kept speaking Hindi. And while it is not perfect Hindi, it is Hindi that makes sense for the character that she plays. It makes sense for a Nigerian Indian wife who's only been living in the country for a couple of years and has learnt enough Hindi to carry on conversation. And it works. I really liked this. I liked her chemistry with Dr. Siddharth. He's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man. And for our Indian male lead, in comparison to the man that we got in Namaste Wahala, who is a beautiful man, no disrespect to his beauty, just by acting capabilities, Dr. Siddharth is leagues above my man from Namaste Wahala. Um, what did I like? Oh yeah, the intro music, quite like Nolly Goodfellow. I quite enjoyed. It felt like Bollywood. I'm a Bollywood aficionado, I would like to say, and Bollywood does this. They do these mashups of their songs, and one of my favorite Bollywood fusion songs is Senorita from a film called. Hold on, it is called something, and now I am blanking.
Zindagi
Nolly
na
Goodfellow.
milegi dobara.
Yes, Zindagi Milegi Na Dobara. Nolly Goodfellow is thumbsing me down because I love cheesy Bollywood films. But
But that was a shit song.
it's a great song. I will take that back. Senorita is an amazing song. And
Farhan Akhtar can't sing, sorry.
yes, I love Farah Khan and Hithrik Roshan doing that. Sumi, this is not what we should be going to in the good, please. I loved Senorita, and I loved that the intro song for the intro section of the whole series felt like a fusion of like Bollywood, if that's a thing, and like an Afrobeat in a very odd way, and it worked. Um, Mr. C, you are a hater. What else did I really like? I liked how short the episodes were. And this is maybe more to Mr. C's point about this feeling like a series and not like a film that was cut up into bits and pieces. And then we get a limited series of 1 hour long episodes that don't make any sense. I quite enjoyed how these were all between 30 to 37 minutes. It just made sense, and it was quite digestible, very bingeable. It didn't feel like you'd spent the better part of your day watching something. You got into it and got out of it, and it was nice. Um, yeah, what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And now we're gonna go into the bads. Yeah. This was a pretty good section. We got a good close to 20 something minutes of good in this. I'm terrified for what is to come. And guys, please be kind, be thoughtful, psych, go ham. Welcome to the bad section. And first up we have Timmy.
Okay. Forgive the dogs. I don't know why they're after me, but for the bad section, okay. First of all, I don't understand why this happened to be a series because if you remove, sorry, if you remove a number of the unnecessary scenes and
I'm sorry,
sequences,
Timmy,
if
hold
you
on.
remove,
First it was Siren. Now it's Aja. Kilo Chele. What's happening?
I don't know, they don't like
Then come
me.
up for when they did now, true?
Simi, are you an international criminal? This is just after ask.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no.
That's what an international criminal would say.
Okay, sorry, where was I? So first of all, I don't understand why this was a series because if you remove the number of unnecessary scenes, if you remove the title sequence, if you remove everything, this could have fit perfectly into being a 2 hour feature film. So why they decided to turn it into a TV series, I really do not understand. Um, what did I not like? Okay, so the number one thing that bothered me about this film were the characters. None of the characters in this felt real. At the beginning, when I started watching it and they introduced us to Auntie Bumi, I believe is her name, I was like, okay, we see one or two character flaws here and there, a nice setup. But then after, when we got to the scene where she fainted, everything just took a nosedive because these characters were just doing things based on okay, this is what's supposed to happen in the story. Nobody was doing anything. How basically the characters in this they were not one dimensional. I would say they were half dimensional because I had no idea what was going on with anybody. Like someone said here, I think the person that had the closest, the person that was the person that had the best, when I say character um, development was RMD. And as for the rest of them, I just don't know. I just don't know. Another thing that I didn't like was the fact that I feel like this film was very insulting. It was quite insulting, if you ask me, because a number of things that they did, it was like, okay, for example, I remember this time when Shola Shobowale, when she came back from the party, she got home, then the camera showed us that she was alone in the room, and Kinney, then she now proceeded to say, oh, I'm surrounded by people, but when I get home, I'm alone. And I was like, you really did not have to tell us that. This is just one of the multiple examples of this situation I'm talking about, but it's the one I remember quite well. I was like, you really did not need to tell us that because we can add A plus B together to understand that, okay, this is actually what is going on. There's really no reason for the character to now tell us, oh, like, and another thing is the dialogue in this was, I did not like it. I did not even want to hear it because all the characters just felt like they wanted to parrot whatever it is that the writer or the writers wanted to say. The dialogue was it was quite preachy, if I may say that. Another thing is complaining about how this was a TV series instead of a feature film. If I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that the TV series that usually have 30 minutes run time per episode are usually comedies. And I do not think that this is a comedy in any way. I mean, yeah, sure, there were one or two funny moments, but I don't think it can be classified as um, a comedy. What else did I not like? See, oh my God, there's a number of things I really did not like about this. But I think that would just summarize everything. That I did not like the characters. I did not like the dialogue. The story was it was not coherent. It did not have head. It did not have tail. I did not know what was going on. Rama that said that she was going to, Rama that already said that, oh, she doesn't want to have children. How in heaven's name did she end up getting pregnant? If the both of you had already planned to not have children, I would think that maybe the doctor would have a vasectomy, or she would be taking, or she would have, what's it called, cut her fallopian tubes or be tied her fallopian tubes or something. So how in heaven's name did she get pregnant?
Time
Um,
up. Thank you, Timmy.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Thank you so much, Timmy.
Yeah.
Next we have Oyiko Sola. Oyiko, do you want to tell us your bads for postcards?
Oh yeah, my bads for postcard. Oh, okay. There are some character setup that they forgot. For instance, Auntie Bumi, Shola Shobari. Like I don't. They did set up like they said that, oh, she comes back and she's alone. There is that, and I feel like they kind of undo that. So I will never say not completely, but like she's also owing people money. She's doing the thing where like people live kind of slightly above their means, right? So how do we deal with that? People they just kind of forgot about that. Like why will you let us know that she owes people money? She's paying for this thing and she owes people with money. Um that doesn't come to play anymore. What else? We get that she's a strong woman, right? But the thing is this, she has not done anything too strong for the doctor to be like, you're a strong woman. We've not seen it on screen. You get what I'm saying? off screen, you can assess that off screen they are showing they have like camaraderie, because on screen they've already showed us that they're having some sort of camaraderie, and like she talks about her life, okay. But like from the film, from the what we've seen, what we're seeing is that one, she is lonely, but okay, why is she lonely? They never even talked about whether she lost her husband or something. They never actually show us the struggles that she has been through, right? If you don't show it to to us, if you just don't give us one scene for us to now initiate and make a plan out of our head as the audience, is coming and saying you're a strong woman. For where? How? I don't know the story that she told you that becomes a strong woman. I can't even insinuate because there's nothing that it has shown us. She's facing surgery. She yelled. Actually, what we saw was that she yelled really, really, really loud. Did not want to do it. And I guess we can insinuate that from the next scene, she was not okay with kind of doing it because she had to. Is that why you call her a strong woman? Maybe. I don't know. I just felt like there was not enough to be giving us the. You've been through so much. What is this so much that she has been through? I can get it. I can get it. But you need to give me. You need to give me a nugget for me to hold on to that. Especially when I come on this, and I'm about to defend you. I need something. Uh, um, the character, they don't want to have kids. Okay, so from the story, I can get the reason why she says she doesn't want to have kids, because she then says it later and be like, "Oh, do you know what happens to an interracial child?" Da, 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 da. But I still feel like it's something off. It's something offset. It's something offset, like just offset. But we're focusing on this idea of her not having kids without really that like one line that is an offset to set is not enough of a build up, because people don't pay attention to things nowadays, including me. I used to be able to pay attention for long things. Now I do. Now I don't. I don't know. As it's progressing, my brain cannot remember stuff that I used to be able to remember when I was a kid. You know, for instance, I can't remember anybody's cell phone number. Don't even give it to me. But before, I used to be able to remember that thing. So that's just like you're going to hold on to this, and you need to give us a much, much stronger, firmer, what's it called? Setup of why she is so particular about not having kids. Like, sure, people change. There's no problem with people changing. There are many people who say, I don't want kids, and then they end up having kids. And then they have like 3 or 4 kids later. You're like, I thought you said you didn't want kids. Now you have like a whole gaggle of kids. I just feel like that needs to be worked out. Also, the change of like, okay, what's it called? Toby's Bakare. Okay, one. Toby Bakare is not a dancer. And it's so clear. It's so clear that they're not dancers. But it's okay. We don't need him to be a dancer into something. We just need him to be an actor. But okay, my time is up. So I just felt like some of the setup needed to be more stronger. That's it. But I still like
Thank
this
you,
film.
Rico. I still like it too. Thank you, Rico.
Hello,
I
good evening.
sorry, Eso again. Can we there's a line, but I will get to you, I promise.
No problem.
Thank you. I think next we have Nolly Goodfellow. Nolly Goodfellow.
Yeah, so yeah, the baby thing, that was a huge thing. I mean, I think it's okay for characters not to be morally correct or all that, but the messaging of the film in its totality matters. And here, I did not like the way they were trying to shove this message down our throats that you should have a baby. I mean, it's okay if they don't want. And also, Zainab was made to look like a bad person for sticking her grounds. I mean, and I'd like to disagree with Oinkan, where you don't need to give anyone an explanation on why you don't want to have a kid. I think it's fine. But yeah, I don't like the way she was antagonized for that. Also, talking about the Zainab character, there's so much happening there. Like she's suspecting her husband, and she goes to the hospital. She sees her husband coming out with the female colleague, and she just forgives him. Like, how did she know that there's nothing going on between them? There's no explanation to that. And how did she know Olumide and Auntie B when they finally meet? I just did not get that. I mean, they seem to give an explanation. I just didn't get any of that. And yeah, like Oinkan just mentioned, Toby's dance, I mean, did not seem to be good enough for him to be called to another country. Uh, Even though I did like the way he did his Bollywood routine. Also in Bollywood, yeah, you do get to see foreign dancers in the background, but I don't think I've ever seen just one foreigner. There'd be like some Russian, some Brazilian, some all of that. And another thing, there were two actors. I mean, I liked performances. I liked all the performances, most of them, but there are two actors who annoyed the hell out of me. And I'm generally very lenient towards kids, but that first kid, while Rahama was introduced, that was one annoying kid. I will go have ice cream, and she was saying, like, I was like, okay, I'll throw you in the fridge. You can fucking have all the ice cream you want. Sorry. But yeah, she was annoying. The other one was just a silhouette. It was the young Rekha who went, I love you, Olumide, and all that. I don't know. I mean, we didn't even get to see her, and she annoyed us with just the dialogue delivery. That was another thing. The other thing, Nancy Isime, I mean, why is her character there? What does it even contribute to the storyline? Yeah, I guess that's. Oh, yeah, and another thing. Timmy had very few good things to say about it. I'm going after one of those good things. The house that the doctor was living in, well, having lived in Bombay, I can say that it's. I mean, yeah, you'll have to sell off your kidney for like a month's rent. So maybe she didn't want to have a kid because it was that expensive. Yeah, I guess I'm done over here.
Thank you, Nolly Goodfellow. Guys, amazing insights. Insights into rent prices in Mumbai. Next
Oh
week.
yeah, sorry. Talking of which, even though the house was expensive, I somehow do get why they chose the house because logistically, I mean, knowing where most of the shoots happen, I guess logistically that was a good place to shoot. So yeah, I just thought I'd add it.
Oh, amazing, guys. Look at all this insight we're getting. Thank you, Nolly Goodfellow. Um, Nollywood Must Change made it right in time. Can we have your bad? Obviously, you've been waiting for this, so go ham. I can't seem to hear him. Can anyone hear Nollywood Must Change?
No.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
Right.
now we can hear you. Go on.
Okay.
Ah, Bomo.
It will go
Ah, oh, go. You keep
me.
breaking. Can you try again? Okay,
Hello.
yes. Yes,
Jesus.
yes, yes.
Okay. Um, my bad. I think I hate everything about this series. Everything about it. I don't know because I just tried. When I saw the pilot episode, I was like, okay, let me give episode 2 a try. Maybe it will get better. And then we got to the part where Nancy Sime came on. I was like, okay, what's going to happen? My God. Like, that was the moment I just decided that, okay, I'll wait the rest of this series if I continue to watch because there was nothing good coming up. The characters, there was no, like, they just kept, introducing characters and dumping storylines that they're dumping. Kind of look at this guy, the doctor and his wife. I was like, okay, you didn't show us how much these guys have loved the idea of not having a kid, and all of a sudden, one of them wants a kid. But you just start from one of them wanting a kid.
We lost you again. Nollywood must change. Okay, we may have to move along. Um, after Nollywood was changed, who was next? I don't know. I had ah list. I've come off from my head though. Um, I think I had actually B. I had Corridor before B. So Corridor, please go on.
Yeah, I was next. Oof, Lord, a lot of things, a lot of things. The plot. I feel like it was one of those things where they sat in the writers' room and we're just throwing things at the wall and hoping for something to stick, but barely any of it stuck. I think my biggest issue with it plot-wise, it wasn't even like the dialogue or like how they wrote it. It was the fact that like nothing, there was no linchpin until the end of episode 6. Like it didn't make sense how all these people were interconnected or why their story should even somehow sync together until the very end when Rahma and her husband show up and we find out that she used to work for Olumide and those ones are all related. And the logic of, oh, you just kept saying you're Nigerian patient, you never said her name, how would I know? I feel like even if he had said the patient's name is Bumi, you still wouldn't have known. So I don't know why he didn't just tell her what her name was. She could have still been surprised. The idea of saying my Nigerian patient all the time when I talk about someone just seems weird to me. But that's neither here nor there. The dancing, at least in the first episode, I feel like that dancing, they should have called Kathy or even a more low budget choreographer than that. Once if Kathy is not available, someone should have choreographed that dance because it was very clear it was not done. They just came and showed up and did something and left, and that's how they picked Toby to be a dancer. Toby cannot dance, but that's again neither here nor there. It was for the plot. I don't know what Nancy Imisi was doing there. I guess, vacation to India. So she went. She showed up, she did barely anything, and she left. Cool. The hat was her outfit probably was the only good thing about her presence on that thing. I enjoyed the outfit. It was cute. I thought the hat was a little bit over the top, but I could see wearing it if you're going to like an island. Not to India. Because India's hot. I don't know why you're wearing that hat. Again, neither here nor there. I feel like the only person that really got any character development was RMD's character, but I also feel like at the same time that the way that they narrated and scripted each of the characters didn't leave enough room for you to even learn enough about them for them to develop more of a character. Because we just kept moving from situation. It was like we were playing at a point, because I watched it with my parents, my mom kept asking me what's going on, and I didn't know what to tell the woman because I didn't know what was going on either. I was just sitting there in confusion. It was just like different situations, different scenarios, and no payoff for most of them. Because even at the end, when we get to the point where Toby is finally showing humility towards his parents and telling his mother and his uncle and telling his mom that he wants to be a dancer, he doesn't want to go to school. Like we didn't even know that's why they were talking in the first place. So I feel like if they had done a bit more setup with each of the plot lines, that those linchpin points at the very end would have made more sense. Because okay, I'm talking to your mom. Why? We had no clue till the very end. Why is Olumide the way he is? Until he started to talk about it in episode 5. We didn't know. We just thought he was a grouchy old man. And I also think that in all of this, I was hoodwinked by Netflix and I will not let it slide because I agree with Timmy. This should have been one like 2 hour long film and I would have been happy. I wouldn't have even really complained. I would have been like, the vlog could have been better, but I wouldn't have complained as much because it's 2 hours. I watch it, I go. But you gave me 6 episodes of barely anything. Why? It just I felt betrayed. I felt scammed. It was what it was. I'm done.
Thank you, Corridor. And not to victim blame, but now you do yourself. I don't know why you go carry your mama go watch with you. No, no.
My mom and my dad, that's even the worst part. I was like, oh,
Aha.
you guys should come and watch this with me. My mom loves Shola
Aha.
Shubwale, so I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to have fun. 3 hours. My dad said you owe me money. I was very annoyed.
You cuckoo owe the man money. I'm just saying, don't let it repeat itself again. Don't do that to your parents.
Never again in my life.
Thank you. Before I move on to our next batch of speakers, I'm just gonna read a couple comments. I'm not gonna read Dika's one. I'm just gonna leave it there so people can beat Dika in his comments. Um, Lamina says I couldn't watch past episode 3. I just couldn't get into it. That's all. Halima has showed me a bunch of her multiple tweets. The first one was Auntie Bumi's entire story was based on her surgery. And no, we didn't even see the surgery happen. The day of the surgery, they showed us 8 hours before, and then we skipped to days later. I don't get this last line, but recharge card now. Um, you're so strong. Why is everybody so upset that this is my first hot doctor called Auntie Bumi strong? Say you're so strong. Person will almost tear down hospital. See that? See rock by oh. Why them they show us Google Map? I don't know. Nancy had two scenes. No, this is a diabolical laugh, but Nancy had two scenes. Una de craze gone for this industry. Oh. And then I think I have Still Human, their dislikes. The dialogue was bad. Not sure how Zainab got pregnant or why she decided to keep the baby self. Not sure why Nancy was in India. She was pretty in the sari, so Dr. Siddharth woke up and decided he wanted children. Why? Auntie Bumi's character being dramatic unnecessarily. Adeshewa Zoldik says, I think Auntie B didn't need to act or display that much. Yemi's story has a lot of question marks. Nancy question marks. Fibroid taking Auntie B to India is a medical error. And even if she had to be in India for it, it's supposed to be her or her family's wish, not the hospital imposing. I think I have a bit more. Sorry, I'm just trying to, because someone has like 3 different tweets. Orunto Dev says, I don't think this series knows what it's about. The plot, themes, and even main characters kept shifting throughout. I'm also quite offended that they threw away what could have been an interesting exploration of marital issues that can arise from a partner changing their mind on a major deal breaker halfway through, all for the filmmaker's pro baby stance on married life. And then finally, I usually enjoy Toby on screen as far back as Africa Magic's Hustle, but this was his worst work for me. I agree, but no be here you go. Adeshawa also says, I kept sleeping almost after each. I don't know if this is a good or bad. After each episode, I appreciate the naps. Thanks to all the people involved in the production. I'll take that as a good man. Adeyemi says, I don't know how much social interactions the actors had because chemistry was poor as the acting felt unreal. Is it the environment or what? If you ask me, now who I go ask. I think finally, okay, no, still have a couple more. Oh, sorry guys, there's a bunch of comments. I'm popular. Um, this should have been the opportunity to push a very good dancer from Nigeria because Toby didn't shine in this regard. Good dancer, okay. I guess Timmy felt like he didn't articulate all the things he had, so Timmy came back again. We could see that Auntie Bumi has issues with Auntie Kofo, but that was never explored in the rest of the story. This had a lot of stars in the cast, so it makes me really wonder what the budget of this show was. Auntie Bumi was also introduced as someone who's living life and keeping up appearances. This was a very nice introduction to Auntie Bumi's flaw as a character. I was excited to see how the film will take us on the journey of exploring and overcoming this flaw, but I guess my excitement came too early. The dance number, you people, the dance number with Yemi and his group, we did not need to see it. And then the conversation between Ibrahim, Suleiman, and Toby, the entire sequence was just too long. The scenes in this felt like the writer wanted to give us information about the story, not tell us a story. It was as if they were like, okay, in this scene, we'll show Auntie Bumi is this, Yemi is this, blah, blah, blah. The scenes have no story in them. To me, this thing is long. Sorry, everybody, just go under the something and read the something, please. Halima also said, I hated the whole make peace with God story they kept throwing around. I genuinely hated everything. I feel so betrayed. Y'all are upset, oh. Dika, I love you. It's no hate. Whew, that was a mouthful. I feel like I need a glass of water after all of that. We're gonna go back to our list. I just want to say, Mr. C makes it seem like we distract him from remembering everybody on the list. Let's just put it down to the fact that the man just has bad memory because I remember the people on my list. Next, we have B. B, can you please tell us your badge for postcards? Is B still here? B, don't shame me after I've used you to throw shade at Mr. C. Ah, wow, wow, wow. My
Hello, so
enemies.
sorry. Hello,
Hi,
ma.
Essay. Hi,
Yeah,
Essay.
so sorry. Please, can I just say my own because my battery is about to die.
Okay, I'm gonna make a concession. Wow, the power feels amazing. B, we're gonna make a concession because when I was calling you, weren't here. So Essay Ogene, I think you're a first time speaker. Welcome to NFC.
Yes, I'm also a first time listener.
Oh, welcome to NFC. Can you please
Yeah,
tell us?
thank
Do you
you.
want to go through your good and your bads at the same time, if you have?
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
go through my good and bad. I'll start with the bad.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
first of all, because no, seriously, I have a problem with all the characters. When I first saw Auntie Bumi, that Shola, Mommy Shola, I was like, okay, her storyline will be fun. Especially, the plot. They told us that her storyline will be connected with everybody in the movie. And but at the end of the day, there's nothing. There's no connection. There's nothing. I felt we don't even know why she and her son had problems. That I don't think that was explained. Although we don't know why. Then Olumide's character, Uncle Richard, my father Joe's character, I did not really understand the storyline. I didn't really understand it. And then the couple, Rahama, why did she suddenly say she wants to have the husband, why did he suddenly want to have kids? And I was expecting to see more of Rahama's character to say, okay, well, this is the reason, but no, it wasn't explored more. So that is it. That was my bad. Just the characters. And my phone, the thing that I liked was the bromance between Richard's character and that other Indian guy. I don't know his name. Although I heard he's late, and I recently read now somewhere that he's late. May so rest in peace. So that's it. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That was a very speedy good and bad, everybody. And hopefully we'll see you back on NFC. Now we're gonna
Yeah,
go back
thank
to
you.
B. Thank you so much, Essie. B, are you ready? Wow. When I need B to come and speak, B won't come. Oh. B at all. Well, I guess I have to go to a hoodlum that has been, in the background doing whatever. Mr. C or Mrs. C. Mrs. C, I love you. Mr. C, say what you want to say.
Maybe let me start with my own bads. Let me start with my bads. This is one of the worst performances I've seen from Shola Shobowale in a while. Oh my Jesus. She's I love her, I really do. Her most natural inclination is to shout, and it always just requires a director to tell her, no, no, not like that, like this, and then she would do it. She would just tell her, and they didn't tell her. So the shouting, and I didn't watch that many episodes, but oh my god, her reaction to being told she needed surgery, even though she'd been told 15 million times that she was going to need surgery. Yeah. Then I felt like this person had never spoken to a child-free person in their life. Again, I didn't finish it, right? I didn't even get to the point, to the
How many
reason
percent did
why.
you do?
I don't stress me, please.
Just tell the people
I
now.
don't know. I don't know. One episode was ending, one was starting, one was ending, one was starting. I also took a few naps. So I don't really know. But anywho, the way I'm just gonna point out this thing that she did or that she said, right? When she said, oh, it's the best thing about being an auntie is being able to return them. And the other way was like, oh, I can't wait to be returning your own children to you. She gets this stricken look, like, and it's the look of somebody who's trying and it's not working out, right? Somebody who's, it's a painful topic, and then this person's like, oh no, don't worry, before you know it, there will be children crowding your house. And she goes to her husband like, why would she feel the need to sympathize with me for not having, because you looked like you needed sympathy, my G. But yeah, it her, her reactions were weird, and it felt like they had never spoken to a child-free person before. But yes, they were beating us over the head with, if you get married, you must have a child. Apologies. Um, what else did I not like about this film? Anywho, me, I've said my own things. RMD's, the way he was acting at the beginning, I swear to God, it just seemed like he was kind of racist against Indian people. It was really bad that he was giving everybody. I'm like, sir, do you hate Indians? Is that your thing? Because why are you scowling at everybody? It's just, yeah. Anywho, yeah, those with these few points of mine, those are the things I didn't like from the parts that I watched.
Okay. I'm first in RMD's defense. I think he was just a hater, to be honest. I think
Equal opportunity
I
hater.
just had
I don't doubt it. It's just the first impression I got when I
yeah.
saw him, because
Okay.
it was like,
First off, let me go to the actual
Oh, I
first.
missed
Hey,
it.
I don't care. You've missed your chance. Who cares? Okay, so what do you want?
Thank you. Fibroids. She
You-
went to India for fibroids. I'm sorry. It's fair. It's valid. But no, I feel like they didn't want to commit to something serious. Right? And I'm not saying fibroids are nothing, but they didn't want to commit to something that is potentially, like traumatic, right? But they wanted to make her go to India.
But can I say that? But you people say, I no sorry, but you people pick me on a piece once I made foam.
Vanessa, I
We've been
know
complaining
60
that they do
million
use
people.
cancer.
I know
We've been
60
complaining they do
million
use cancer.
people.
Now they use fibroid people are vexing.
See, she could have gone to India for a bunch of other things.
Bone
I know
marrow
50
transplant.
bone marrow
Wow!
transplant. What do they call this thing? Gastric bypass. What
You
else?
want our mommy to be doing plastic surgery, but gastric
She could
bypass.
have gone for tummy tuck, anything.
She have gone for
Wow!
testicular cancer.
Facelift.
Testicular
Testicular
cancer.
cancer is also cancer. Let's leave cancer out of it. Heart problem, kidney problem,
I love.
liver problem, intestinal problem, so many
I
problems.
love that you said Shola Shobawale should have got testicular cancer. And you're like, let's leave cancer out of it.
Yes, because cancer is the actual problem, not the testicles. But anywho, what I'm saying is they didn't want to commit to something like serious, and they chose fibroid. And
Some
I was like, I can't deal because I know 15 million people that have done fibroid surgery. In fact, I will trust a Nigerian doctor in Nigeria more with fibroid surgery than a doctor almost anywhere else because this is Tuesday for them. Fibroid surgery is Tuesday, bread and butter. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 9 to 5, they are doing fibroid surgery. Why is a Nigerian hospital telling you you have to go to India for further investigations and potential surgery for fibroid? And they're like, this is so serious, so you have to do it. Then she gets to Indian hospital and they're like, no, it's not serious, it's not serious, small surgery, shaking the surgery, it's nothing serious. But these people were like,
it's okay. You have
I've
to.
told you.
All right. Okay, my turn.
Carry on.
All right. Let me start with RMD. RMD's introduction is hilarious. RMD is
Black
jogging.
book.
I think RMD is jogging off of the black book set because he has this. He has this.
I hate
Yeah,
that I
and
had the exact same thought as you. I hate that I had that exact same.
Off to find the soft
my guy
killers,
is like,
like
I'm gonna mess that general up. Oh wait, I'm I'm
I'm
just
in
I just
India.
yeah, I'm just in India. All right.
I'm just an asshole.
Yeah, I haven't figured out why RMD is upset, but but that he's always upset even whilst jogging was just hilarious to me. It's just funny. All right, okay. So the general crux of the movie, TV series for me is that it it actually it looks and feels all of it. If you take almost any one scene, especially a couple of scenes when they're doing the preaching, it looks like an ad. It's no different from like a Nigerian ad. If you just play the right music, background music in this is ads they're giving you because the dialogue in it, and people have mentioned it, the dialogue in it is so it's so bad. It's okay, like bad dialogue means different things to different people, but it feels like they just want to give you very, very much surface. Oh, my cancer is this? Yes, your cancer is bad.
Not cancer, fibroids.
Look, it might as well have been cancer. But like the point is just that like the dialogue in it is awful and it's shot in a way that feels like an I think the dialogue is what makes it feel like an ad, and a lot of people have pointed the dialogue, so I'm not going to go too much on about it. But I guess some parts of the way it was shot as well feels very ad like. Uh, Again, I've only seen two episodes, the first two episodes, but um, I said like one thing I said in the good was that they do feel like episodes. However, the pacing of this is so bad. Like it feels like they're rushing. I don't know where they're rushing to. They tie up that they give us
bearing in mind that the first episode is 20 minutes or 24 minutes or 25 minutes long or something like that. The time that Toby is a dancer. He feels like he's kind of like a deadbeat. And then we give Shola, and like Shola is a party goer. We give backgrounds for these two characters, and we give also that Toby has also been selected for dancing, and also Toby is going to go to India, and then Shola is also going to every. It's just rushing to. I don't know where he's rushing to, but I can guarantee you, like my G, you do not need to rush there. Wherever we went, I'm sure of because of this dialogue and the writing so far, I'm sure we did not need to rush like this. Maybe we could have just started a little earlier where we were or something, but it does feel the pacing does feel very very off for that. The last thing I wanted to say about something I don't think I enjoyed about this is that again, this is better than Namaste Wala, but I don't like it. I don't like that it's slightly better than Namaste Wala. It's not fun for me because it enters Namaste Wahala was just it tried so many ridiculous things so quickly. Maybe, to be honest, I haven't seen the rest of the episode. Maybe it gets into my kind of bad that is enjoyable and stuff. But aside from the dialogue and some of the blocking and stuff, it don't. I don't. I'm not getting the the level of cringe I wanted from this. I'm getting it only from the dialogue and some from the performances. RMJ is doing me justice. Like I love that this woman has decided RMG is going to be in all her films. I hope it continues. I hope it continues to go on because for too long I've heard too many of you go on about RMG. I hope this woman brings the end of all of this because this cringe he's doing
Your
it
time
cannot
is
go on
okay.
for it
I was
cannot go
about
on
to
for
say,
much
how
longer.
Your time
disrespectful.
is up.
How
You guys cannot
disrespectful.
love
Mute
him.
him,
Your
mute
time is
him.
How
up.
disrespectful.
Again, the power. Wow. It's like having all the infinity rings on your or the infinity stones on your hand. It just feels amazing, man. I can mute everybody. Amazing. This is wonderful. Mr. C, what I will not allow is any disparaging of Richard Mufedamijo. We will not let that be in this house. Whatever working relationship he has with Hamisha does not give you the right to speak on Richard Mufedamijo. Please respect yourself in the general public. Yeah. Now, B, are you back? Are you ready to tell us you're bad? Ejo, can you people hear B or is it just me
No, we can't.
at all? B, it's not
No.
working though. Boy, Elon don't want you to speak. No. Why are you waving your hand? Who is waving hands over there?
I'm saying bye bye.
Oh, bye, my darling.
You muted.
Yes. Bye, Mrs. C. B, you keep raising your hands, but we can't hear you. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I will be back. I will be back.
Ace, ace,
I will
ace,
be
ace,
back. That's
ace,
all I'm saying. Bye bye.
ace. Bye. Okay. I can't seem to hear B. It's not working. B, you might have to leave this space and return. It's just not working right now. Next up is Precious. Precious, please, can you tell us your bad? Ugao. Precious, are you there? Voila, wow. Mr. C has put a curse on the rest of the space after he left. Um, Chinweke? Edrono, hold on. Can you people hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Thank you. Chinweke, can you go with your bads, please?
Okay.
Appreciate.
Okay. Where do I even start? So it's really difficult to really say because I'm not sure. I think think like I've somehow gotten to the last episode, but I wasn't really sure how I got there. I only actively remember like two episodes, and I was just having a conversation with Uchenna as well, where he casually mentioned Toby Bakare, and I don't really remember him being in the film in the series. So that was really weird. So I really don't I like anytime I start to watch it, something just happens. It's like I blank. I don't understand what happens with it. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what I can't really say. It's so confusing. Like this is the most stressful and confusing film I've seen in a while. I don't want to say my life, but so it's really difficult. I feel like I'm rambling, but that's exactly how. Like if you're not able to make sense about this, then that's exactly how the film made me feel. So, and it's so annoying because the opening sequence was really it really hooked me in, right? Like the whole thing with Shola Shuboware where she did the thing with where she did the thing with Tinamba. Was that Tinamba? Like that felt like okay, we're about to meet like an interesting character, right? And okay, I actually pause it and then like calm down to watch it later. But then I'll wake up and I'll see that it's gotten to episode 6, and then my data will just that was just my data going, and then I'll go back to episode 2, scrub a bit, find somewhere that I can remember, and then I'll see myself at episode 6 again without knowing what happened. I can't even pinpoint what exactly was the issue with this film. It was just there was just something fundamentally wrong with it. So I don't know. I even remember Nancy Sime being in it, but apparently that was the only scene she was in. I don't, this was so stressful, but even, it's probably going to make a lot of money, which is, I don't know. So that should probably be in the good, but I just wanted to say, if not for NFC, I would have no business watching. It's not for me, man. Yeah, it was painful. Thank you.
Emo Binu, we're on our knees. We're sorry. Emo Binu, so sorry NFC made you watch this. You people are tightening the words to your chest with this show. I'm gonna have a different opinion, but okay. Um, who's next on my list? Halima. Halima's next.
Okay, finally, I'm on the road and I hope that you guys can hear me. But I'm just going to make it very brief. So, number one, I hated the old voice acting from Auntie Bumi when she was talking about how she was living that and everything. Not because it was not necessary, I just felt like it did not flow well as much, right? That I also felt like why do they need Toby Baker's character? What's his name? Yeah, me or Femi? Anyways, anyone. Why did the Indians need this African boy on their set to come and dance that he doesn't know how to dance? Why? No reason as to why he was needed in that entire film or series or whatever. What else did I want to say? Auntie B. I don't understand why Auntie B was shouting when they told her that she was going to do surgery. She already knew. So she left Nigeria to India, just come and do what checkup. Because I really don't understand. Like you came all the way from Nigeria to India, where you were very skeptical about moving, and then suddenly you are surprised and you are like, she's literally like when she started screaming, it reminded me of when Adeswa character died in King of Boys. And I'm like, is this the same reaction we're supposed to be getting? So, and then she started calling and like, they got me one more me. That was hilarious. So I'm not even going to lie. And what else? I think most people have mentioned most of the things. Also, everybody has been saying they like, or maybe not everybody, but I've heard people say they like R&B's character growth video, the way in transition. Me, I didn't like it, sha. I don't know. I just feel wait, he didn't necessarily because because now he knows that the woman he fell in love with, she has Alzheimer, blah blah blah, and he's trying to make peace with God and whatnot, and he just starts smiling and life is easy and people feel off. I don't know. It was just somehow like there were so many things. But I feel like most people have mentioned most of the things that I would say, on a normal day. So yeah, I just didn't like the series.
Thank you,
Everything,
Halima.
directing, bad, bad, bad.
Please, not too much on Hamisha Auntie, please. Thank you. Um, I who else do I have on my list? I feel like that's pretty much it. A lot of people have dropped off. Elon is being a bastard today on the space, but my God is bigger than Elon. Onyeka has her hands up, so Onyeka, we're gonna let you go before we move on to the pushback section.
I just one thing. There's a lot of things, but I pick the setup and like the something and the like not finishing the story as main issues of writing of the story. But this is RMD. I know this is not the real life, but in real life, RMD, don't give your company to your nephew. That boy is going to run that company to the ground. Just do what normal companies do nowadays. Have just other people run it while you just sit down and your progeny just sit down and just make the money. They don't have to even run it anymore. They don't, just have other people do it. Because why are you giving it to Toby? Toby has his character is so fucking stupid. That thing made me laugh more than anything else in the world. I know that's the way it's going to end because of the way this writer writes these things, but it's still hilarious. Ale the fuck yes. That's a bad. That's just a bad.
Wow. Okay, Onyeka. Thank
But
you.
no. Don't get me wrong. As a story, it was supposed to end that way. I think that it's logical for the way the writer is. But as like an observation of just ridiculousness, why would you give it to him? He's a fucking he's a deadbeat.
Wow. 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 Okay. All right. Thank you, Onyeka. I'm gonna go now. It's my turn to say my bad, everybody. Wow. I see. Maybe I'm different from everybody because I just loved this guy. And you know how Mr. C's magnum opus is, or whatever the word is, the phrase is, whatever it is Namaste Wahala and how much he loves the chaos in that. I just want to ask every single person, and maybe this is me just starting pushback because I don't have any bads. Okay, no, actually, I have a couple bads. That's a lie. I'm gonna say my bads and then I'm gonna launch the pushback section. My bads, Nancy Sime. Why? What was the reason? What was the reason? Never has someone come onto the screen and I just sigh. I just like, don't get me wrong. Nancy Sime is a stallion of a woman. I saw her thighs and I was like, yes. But I was like, why? I just sighed. I was like, God. Toby, why I'm a huge Toby stan. He's probably one of my favorite Big Brother Nigeria alum turned actors. Um I think he's worked on his craft over the years, but this was abysmal. He was robotic, he was incredibly stiff. And it's one thing to play a fish out of water, being you're the different guy on set, you're trying to learn the dance, there's a language barrier, whatever it is. He just was stiff, and the the the, the stiffness was from Lagos. It wasn't just in India. My G was stiff from the very beginning, and I was like, hold on, this is not the Toby that I'm used to. And I hate that we've seen really good performances from Toby in action because I don't want him to be typecast as an action guy. I really want him to display versatility in the roles and the characters that he chooses, but this was really abysmal. We're not even going to speak on the dancing because, to be honest, there's some Bollywood actors who cannot dance and we love them for it. So whatever, it doesn't really matter, and that dancing is going to be part of my pushback into why this is a good film. So we're just going to pretend like that doesn't exist. What else was bad for me? Yeah, this was probably one of the worst Shola Shobowale performances in recent years for me. She's still a fave, just a no for me. um I think Rahama Sadao thrives in spaces where in spaces where she's not speaking English. And maybe this is just a personal pet peeve for me. I hate that much of Nigerian cinema and Nigerian film is English heavy. I quite enjoy when our actors are speaking our indigenous languages and and other languages. Period. When Rahama Saudal speaks Hausa and is in Hausa language films and Hausa language productions, she thrives. And even while she's not a native Hindi speaker, I quite enjoyed the scenes in which she was speaking Hindi. It felt a lot more, I hate to say it, natural. And guys, yeah, I don't know. My bad. I agree. The setup of things, all the blah da da da, loose ends, things were happening, and you were like, how did that happen? Why did that happen? The thing with Rahama going to the hospital. I'm just gonna take it for face value that she trusts her husband, Nolly Goodfellow, and that's why she immediately forgave him when he was walking out with that baby girl. I don't know, man. Plus, the truth is, Siddharth has never given her a reason to doubt his fidelity. So I guess whatever, man. Now into the pushback. I'm sorry, I'm doing this in reverse. I'm gonna have to launch pushback first, guys. This was good. You people are tightening the ball to your chest. Enjoy life. Relax your nerves. Because I don't know. I said this to Dika already, and I'm gonna say this to everybody. How did you people see Hamisha sit in her office and watch only 3 clips of 3 dance crews? She didn't watch the rest, and this is me assuming that there were more. But Hamisha only watched 3 dance crews dance, and then she whole eye, open eye, chose the one that Toby Bakre was the lead dancer for. And you people took this thing seriously? Come on. You the minute she chose Toby Bakre to fly him all the way from Lagos to Mumbai, come on now. Come on now. You should not take it seriously. You genuinely should not. Honestly, once I saw that, that set the tone for me. I might have been hoodwinked and bamboozled a little bit by Shola Shobowale's "Oh, I'm lonely," and I agree with Timmy on the fact that yeah, she didn't have to say it. But the minute Hamisha chose Toby as dancer, I knew what this was, and I went into this in that respect, and I enjoyed myself. How didn't you guys have fun with this? Was it Toby dancing Bollywood dance that wasn't really Bollywood dance? Or the Indian guy calling Toby an Ode? You people have fun. I, I don't know. Well, people can push back now. Who has pushback?
I don't have pushback. I'm supporting you
Thank
because I don't know why.
you.
I don't know why you guys were taking this literal. It's this idea of literalism as like, oh, the woman has fibroids and she's being flown all the way to something. And even when she has fibroids, they're saying don't eat eba, don't eat ema. What I was thinking was going to be something with what's it called, cholesterol, but it wasn't. She has fibroids at 50 something. She has it's now at 50 something. You are realizing she has at over 60 she has fibroids. It's okay. She had a child. They didn't realize when she was giving birth to the child that she had fibroids. Okay. But like, why are you guys taking this seriously? Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourself. It was a light, fluffy something. This is
Thank
not
you,
a
Inko.
show.
I appreciate
The
it.
show did not even let you think it was going to be more than that.
I appreciate you for this. I have a
It's
special
ugly.
guest, Oiko. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm not doing a Mr. C, but I have a special guest. She's only here for the pushback because she's offended at all of you disliking this show. Mel, the floor is yours.
Am I offended? Maybe you. I'm also like a little confused. Like you said, it's not. It's first of all, it's anti-Hamisha. It's not meant to be. It's not cinema. And I really, really enjoyed it. I screamed, I cried, I clapped, I did it all. I laughed. I thought I had a really, I did not even feel the 3 hours go by. When the other speaker was saying it was 3 hours, I did not even, it came as a shock to me because, for instance, in comparison, KOB2, I felt every single hour of that thing and I watched it twice back to back. Anyway, um, I liked this. I think one of the first reasons why I liked it was during the promo period, they kept saying Auntie B travels and affects lives she comes across, and I had so much. What's the word for it? But I was very unsure that that could happen or that could come across on screen, especially in Nollywood. But I thought that it did, And I think it's the first time in maybe forever that Netflix has said, this is what is happening in my film. And exactly that thing happens in the film. Auntie B affected lives. At the core of it, this is a story about lives colliding, about worlds colliding as well. And you can see that Auntie B is at the center of it. She's the one that brings all these people together, and then the story makes sense because it's because of her, or she has some type of influence over certain things happening, right? But also it being a story about worlds colliding, we need to remember who Aunt Hamisha is. She's Indian Nigerian, at least by naturalization. I don't know a lot about her personally, but at least by naturalization. And this was just a fun thing to show you guys just how the world looks from her POV. And from her POV, it's clear that Nigeria and India isn't that different. And that's really what she wanted to show you. All the topics points to that, right? Your parents refusing you to marry the person you love because of a difference in tribe or religion or just any type of difference, really. The obsession with families about pregnancy is there as well. The fear of surgery. Guys, why wouldn't Auntie B be afraid? This is a Nigerian mother who holds faith to her chest. Like, why, even if you tell her she's going to do surgery 10,000 times, she's going to, God forbid it, 10,000 times, and she's going to agbo her way into health, right? And she tried that, and maybe it didn't work, and now suddenly she has to come to terms with her mortality in the same way that RMD's character had to come to terms with his mortality as well. Yemi being this rebellious child who doesn't want to go to school and study anything meaningful, really. He just wants to dance. Of course, it's crazy. But Aunt Hamisha is saying, guys, look, we're not so different. When I come to Nigeria, I feel home. When I go to India, I feel at home. And I really love that. I really love filmmakers giving us a peek into who they are, putting a bit of themselves into the films that they make as well. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing the similarities. I enjoyed all the regular juxtapositions as well. I saw it. Someone said, why fibroid? Again, Auntie Amisha is a middle-aged woman. What is more popular amongst middle-aged women than fibroid? Okay, maybe she has to travel to India for it. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is, here is a bit of my life. It looks like an ad because it is, Mr. C. It is an ad. It is an ad for how similar Nigeria and India is. It's an ad. It's like, guys, see, I want to go to India after this show. I have to go to India because, like, Aunt Hamisha said to me, "You're gonna be at home," and I believe her wholeheartedly. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Of course, there's little bits and pieces there that are not fully there. But again, Auntie Hamisha is not fully there as a filmmaker. She's starting out, and you can see that she's learning. I personally thought that this was much, much better than Namaste Wahala. I could not stomach that, but I could stomach this and I could enjoy it. I enjoyed how short it was as well. I enjoyed that it was written, it's clearly written to be a series. It did not do more than it needed to do, more than it had to do. And a very good example is clearly this thing was gearing up for a big dance number, but Toby's Way said no. And do you know what they did? They left it like that. They did not try, they did not push. They just did what needed to be done and told a story that I thought was enjoyable. I guess that's about it for my pushbacks. It's a fun thing. It's a fun film, and it wasn't meant to be too serious. At the core of it, it's like, just have a good time and open your eyes to another world and see. And I really like the humanity of it as well. Everybody is incredibly flawed. The writing is especially is also really, really flawed. I actually, another pushback will be, I didn't think RMD.
Can anybody hear Mel?
I feel like you're breaking up a little bit, Mel.
Hello, can you hear me
Yes, we
better now?
can.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so the last thing I was gonna say is I didn't think RMD's character had character development. I thought if there's anyone who had like a stronger development would be Toby's character, because at the beginning we see just how lax he is with everything. Even the thing that he swears is the thing he wants to do the most. We see how lax he is, but we see how he goes to India and he sort of puts his head down, shows up for rehearsals, shows up early, I thought that showed a bit more growth. Him coming back to his mother and saying, see, this is what I want to do, and here's the proof that I want to do it and I can do it. I like that, and I thought it showed me an arc. Maybe he's not ready for the company yet, but you can give him like 10 more years.
He's not.
Maybe he'll be there.
Thank you so much, Mel. Give him 10 years, she says. Yeah,
Yeah,
10,
okay, yes, that's a very good something.
give him
10
10
years.
years.
Yeah, in
Yes,
10 years, it might be ready.
exactly.
For
Rotimi
those
just
companies
came on.
workers.
Rotimi just came on. Rotimi, anything to say? Pushback? Thoughts?
It's have like there's one Eminem line that's like, if you don't have anything good to say, it's better just not to say nothing. And I'm like, it's almost like I'm the anti-Mel on this thing, and I think she's kind of she nailed exactly probably where my own perception of this. She said they did not try and push on this project. You have Auntie Shola Sholoboale from that was from King of Boys. You have RMD that is from this thing, Black Book. You have Toby that is from this thing, Brotherhood and Gangs of Lagos. You have Nancy Sime, your well-known Nollywood case. Then you have this thing, Rahama Sadao. You have like a bunch. You have even Antitoni Mba at the beginning. You pack a bunch of stars. This is that Nollywood. We pack ensemble. Oh, this person has fans. This person has fans. Just put something together. It's Nollywood with Bollywood. Just simple. And I'm like, it's cool. I'm happy that all the actors got paid. Production looks nice and everything. But I'm just looking at if maybe I have this small thing for the industry. The industry cannot afford for us not to push and not to try. The way the audience is, when you look at cinema, and we are down to Netflix now. Amazon is gone. What they have is their backlog. For any project that has to come back from Nollywood, it has to push something so that we can pull audiences in. That's just me. It feels like
No,
very
brother
soft.
Rotimi. Don't you think that's
Mm.
a bit of pressure on a second-time filmmaker? This is only Hamisha's second project.
Okay,
Granted, hold
this
on.
is the
Granted,
problem.
she might have access that other new
Okay,
filmmakers don't, but she's still on her journey of learning. The people you should be pressuring to push are the people who have been in the industry for years and continue to put out mediocrity,
okay,
not Hamisha.
so Vanessa, this is the funny thing. How? So it's almost, I hear you, but it's also kind of contradicts itself. Because why?
How does it contradict itself?
Because how can somebody, like you're telling me someone has a second project, but she has a Netflix show? Like, let me put like this, that
Sorry, oh, I do not me. You people, hey. I'm sorry. Maybe this is just a personal thing. I have nothing against people who have money, access, taking advantage of the money and access that they have. If you had it, you would do it too.
at the
If I had
expense.
it, I would do it too. You're
Okay,
not
no,
gonna blame someone who has money and access for using their money and access to push their passion projects.
small, but
While
at
this
the
might be
access,
an injustice for other small filmmakers, it is what it is. This is just her second project. She maybe has access and connections and money that other people don't, but it is still her second project. The people who have been making films for eons and still put out mediocrity and have the access and the funds and still put out mediocrity, that's the people you should be targeting, not Hamisha.
I'm not targeting her. But that's the thing, I'm not even targeting specifically her. I'm just talking in general. And I'm not even
In
specifically
general, Rotimi, you are supposed to come in general for when 1 million, 1 billion naira was spent on something that we did not know the head and tail.
it was not me, it was $1 million. And even that I still came for it.
One
Me and you were
million
in
dollar,
agreement.
1 million naira, whatever it is, $1 billion, yo. The
And me and you
money
were
that
in
was spent,
agreement
and we
that
did not
day,
know
me and
what
you were
the
in
money
agreement.
was spent on. You did not come and say, hey, industry
I
don't move
actually
forward
did,
oh, because
Vanessa.
of great gowns, beautiful
No,
gowns.
no, no, sir. I actually did that day, if you remember. And I'm like, this thing is like, it's not about anything. It's just me. I'm not even angry at them. I'm not even, it's not that deep for me. It's not even worth the discussion. It's just that when we came back to Pushback, I'm just like, it's not even worth even having a comment about. If it was this, then if we were doing this, then we should have reviewed Bloom in June. If we are supporting upcoming filmmakers, let's review Bloom in June. But we're doing access, so now it's an elitist stuff that who has access.
No,
We're not
it's
doing
not.
confined based on
No,
film.
it's not.
We're doing based on who has
I
access
can
to that level. That's the thing now. What are we doing? Are we doing based on
Am I
who has
the one?
or are doing
Am I the
films
one
that
who
actually leave audiences?
Nigerian? You people say you will beat moderator on the day that Mr. C is not here. Ah, why do people want to beat moderator on the
We're
day
not
that
between
Mr. C is
moderators. We're having a discussion. We're pushing back.
moderator on the day Mr. C? Hold on. I did not choose not to speak on A Blooms in June. One, and I think I feel like you would remember that It Blooms in June came out on the same week when there were multiple Prime dumps, right? It was the week where Prime was dumping like 600 films at once on the platform, and I guess during that period, I don't know what it was. I don't think we talked about I don't know what film we talked about, but I don't think this space does not support upcoming filmmakers. We've spoken on short films in the past,
Just the people
and
that
we
have
will
the people that have access. Only the people that have access do.
What do you mean people that have access? What do
To
you
the
mean by
platform.
we spoke about something special which wasn't on any on any streaming platforms. We've spoken about both of Dika's stuff on YouTube. We've spoken about other short filmmakers on YouTube as well. This is not by any means an elitist space. We support new and upcoming filmmakers. We spoke about we've spoken about a bunch of different short films, and I think we will continue to do that. What I am saying is specifically for Hamisha, we cannot paint her with a brush that should be used to paint the rest of Nollywood, given that this is her second project only. And that is what I am saying. This is not barring entry for anybody else.
Why
I
does
just
she?
want to
So
say,
this,
what's me? I
yeah.
actually I have a fundamental issue. Um, I don't think the idea to bring people to the seats and all that stuff, right? I don't think it's only by pushing boundaries alone. Okay, for example, Mel says all the things. Okay, with Amisha, right? You can tell from the film that she puts on our personal background. Our personal background. This is like actually auteur. And you can tell what she feels is important, what she feels is not important. You can tell that she has a maybe slightly more social conservative beliefs of how she sees the world sometimes. You can tell she values like people should have children. You can tell that she grew up in Nigeria and India, and these two places are very important to her. And you can tell because she is not what's it called? Because she is not she is not like a she's a first time filmmaker, and she settles on things that she knows, which makes it what's it called? Accessible to most people. Because people keep thinking that, oh, cinephiles, people who like cinemas and who talk about cinemas and who talk about all these things, you're not the most audience. Most audience
Agree.
are simple
Agree.
audience. They
Agree.
like simple things. Or they like simple. They connect to simple things because simple things are not just because it's easier, but because simple things are what's more real to them. And oftentimes, all this pushing the boundaries is really avant-garde that it's sometimes not even real, and you make mistake. You just, for instance, what's it called? Interstellar. Interstellar is a movie about love, and I know it's about love because the director had the right to write about love. And what did everybody do when they left that? It wasn't connected emotionally, evocatively.
Well,
And this so this is
what
just to say, if you want to put people to seat, you need both. You need both. And I don't think Nigeria should try to hold themselves to a standard of what of like of what is the relative judgment you're judging of
The
the
weirdest
pushing
thing,
boundaries.
the
What
weirdest
do you mean?
or you can the weirdest things like this.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, just to cut you inside, just to cut you there. The weirdest things like I'm actually not holding them to that because that's what we kind of when we tried for Judah, that it was entertaining but was not pushing the boundaries of filmmaking, but it was entertaining to the normal person. I don't think this is even entertaining. That's my point. I'm
well,
not even talking,
it
I'm
might
not
be
even, I understand
entertaining
what
to
you mean
you,
about
but
fooling the
say people
people,
found it
but I don't
entertaining,
feel like
what
this
it
was
means.
entertaining. It was like is like what is this?
It may not have been entertaining to you, but like Mel said, it was entertaining to her. It was entertaining to me, and I'm sure there's a number of people who found this entertaining, and that's
Yeah,
why we do this space, isn't
so
it?
we can agree to disagree.
That's why
Now.
we do
That's
this
all.
space, right?
Yeah, that's why we
That's
can
why we
push
do
back
this
to that
space, right?
because
But
that's why we
however,
have push back.
coming to coming to accuse someone of not pushing the boundaries, who is only
I
a
didn't,
second. Hold
Vanessa,
on.
Vanessa,
I'm gonna.
Vanessa,
I
Vanessa,
did not
Vanessa.
cut you.
I know you
Rotimi,
feel
I
like
did not
I'm
cut you off while
accusing.
you spoke, so I'm gonna
No,
finish
no, I'm not
speaking.
cutting you off. I just want you to feel like I just want to correct that thing. I'm accusing people. It's an opinion because it's like accusing you for every time that you have been like, oh, why did they spend $1 million? It's not an accusation. It's just an opinion. That's my
Well,
point. That I don't. Yeah, it's
well,
just an opinion about what I can have a different opinion from you.
there's
It's not an
nothing wrong with
accusation. It does
having
not
a
make it an
different
accusation.
opinion, Rotimi. But this is what I'm
Yeah.
going to say that you have refused to listen to, right?
Mm.
This is a second time Indian Nigerian filmmaker. I don't know how she identifies, right? And whether or not you agree or disagree, there's been growth from her first project. And she will continue to make films, whether or not you like the fact that she has access or connections or money. And that she will continue to make these films, right? Whether or not you find them entertaining or pushing the boundaries of filmmaking. Yeah? And that's just point blank. That's what she's gonna do.
So,
And people are going to watch, and
Vanessa.
people are going to feel how they and people are going to feel how they feel about what they
So,
watch,
Vanessa.
you included,
Yes, Vanessa.
positive or negative. But
Vanessa.
there is nothing.
Vanessa.
Can I finish what I'm saying,
Okay,
please?
finish.
There is nothing wrong with her taking advantage, and you're the way you've twisted my nothing wrong with her taking advantage of her access and money and whatever into being elitist and us viewing what we have access to. It is what it is because people who put their films in cinema have access that the small guys don't have. Same thing with people who get their projects on Netflix have access that some people don't have. And there is nothing wrong with taking advantage of the access and money and connections that you have. That's what me I'm saying.
So
And
how does this?
whether or not you like
So
the film, whether or
so
not you like the film, honestly, Rotimi, that my statement does not leave any room for arguments, to be
no,
honest.
but sorry, mediator, sorry, Mabinu. We know we're under new regime. Sorry, Mabinu. I'm just saying that if you say this the way you believe this thing, it also still applies. This what you have termed it. It also still applies to those people that you think that you mean that have been doing films in the industry for all this period of time. That you are like they are still doing mediocre films. Everything you just said applies to them. How? Why? You see, there's no distinction between what you are saying that applies to her that to the other people that are creating stuff.
My
How then? What's the
distinct,
distinction? Why would those?
my distinction, Rotimi, was in response to your statement when I said she's a second filmmaker, and you said, but she has her stuff on Netflix, and I said that is because she has access,
But
money, and connections.
sorry,
Hold on, let me
sorry,
finish.
Vanessa.
And there is nothing wrong with her taking advantage of those things. The people you should be, what is the word, directing your grouse at as to mediocrity and pushing the boundaries of filmmaking and all these high sounding things, which I still hold the opinion and agree with you on, right? Is people who have been in this industry for eons and are still doing the same thing over and over again.
So
And again, there is nothing wrong with them using their money and their connections and their whatever, right? There's nothing wrong with anybody in the world taking advantage of the things that they have. I would
just
do
to
the same,
be
and we would all do the same.
just to be clear, Vanessa, when I first opened, if you can probably go and listen back later, I never made a mention about her specifically in relation to her connections, everything.
This is a film. You
All
came
I talked
onto a
about
space. Hold
was
on,
the film itself. You know, you are the one that introduced the level of access and where she comes from, and that she's second time filmmaker.
Rotimi, this is simple inference. You come onto a space about a specific film made by a specific person talking about raising the standards of filmmaking. I mean, it is common sense to deduce that you are speaking about this filmmaker. And so I respond to you speaking
No,
about the filmmaker
no,
based on
no,
the space
no,
upon
no,
which we're
no,
speaking.
no,
No, no,
no,
no,
no,
Rotimi,
no, no,
can I?
no, no,
Because if you come
no,
onto
no,
a space, if you,
no.
Rotimi, if you came
There's
onto
a
a space where we were
distinction, Vanessa.
discussing Nollywood
Vanessa,
topics,
there's a distinction.
Rotimi,
There's
Rotimi,
a
please do not
distinction,
get me worked
Vanessa.
up. This is my host.
I
Rotimi,
know, but
please,
yeah,
please,
what you feel,
please,
you
Rotimi,
feel,
do
what
not
you're
get me
feeling
worked
about
up.
my
At
feeling.
the end of the day, I can mute you. I don't know why I hadn't muted you all this whole time, having me sound like Nancy Sime saying mute. I can mute you. God, for crying out aloud. If this was a space where we were discussing a Nollywood topic, yeah, your statement can be taken about being general, but not on a space where we are speaking about a specific film. But we're gonna move on because we're going round and round in circles. And I said what I said, and like I said, my statement does not leave room for arguments. This is a dictatorship and not a democracy. Thank you very much, everybody. Nolly Goodfellow, your hand had been up for a while. Can anyone hear Nolly Goodfellow, please? Nolly Goodfellow, we cannot hear you. You may have to. Oh, there
Okay,
you are.
yeah.
There you are.
Yeah, okay. I just had one point to make to what Rotimi was saying, and I think he had this fair point of when he spoke about the quality of films. But all I'm saying is I don't think it's right to you know how do I put it, uh, to expect films with uh, a good star cast or a big banner or good or big monies or big reach to be equally good in quality. I mean, I in an ideal world that is what it would be, but unfortunately that's not how it is. And this is one thing that I see Mr. C talking about also quite often on Twitter. And that being said, when it comes to this, something like NFC, it's always about an upcoming film, and it's decided right before the release, and it also depends on what is going to be available for all. So this was one film that was available, and talking about a movie like It Blooms in June, that was just sneaked in with a lot of other content, and if I weren't active on Twitter, I wouldn't have even known about it. So there is that sort of a distinction. In an ideal world it wouldn't be there. The better quality content would be promoted more, but we're not in an ideal world. I just thought I'd put that point across.
Thank you, Nolly Goodfellow. Cynthia, you came on. How far? Do you want to say something?
In fact, you perhaps spoiled my
I'm sorry. This was going so good. This was going so good. We were having such a great time. Oh,
I woke up. I woke up from this. I woke up from
Rotimi, you're
sleep.
scaring the hose.
I woke up from sleep and I joined the space, and then I heard male voice, and I was like, "My God, this voice is so sweet and soft." And I said, "No, I need to speak." Um, so I watched this movie. Sorry, this series. I didn't complete it. I just want to say I really enjoyed episode one. Okay, I enjoyed episode one because I thought they did a good introduction of the characters we're going to see, and I thought that it was going to be a very, very fun movie. I thought the dance from episode one was horrible, so I was like, okay, they got selected. I think it's the most. I think it's the worst dance routine I've seen in a Nollywood movie. Sorry. I think it's the worst dance routine I've seen in a Nollywood movie, but they got selected, and I was so excited because I was like, okay, we're going to get into a fun movie. And I really enjoyed episode one, and then they started taking themselves seriously. And I was like, no. They started taking themselves too serious that they lost me with the whole fibroid and marriage. I want children. Just because you heard someone talking about children, you suddenly change your mind and everything. And they just lost me. And I got to episode five and I was just not interested. I was just not interested. Yeah, so episode one was so spectacular. It was very fun for me. I loved it. I honestly wish they could have continued in the fun parts they were going through, partying, dancing. Even their Bollywood routine was horrible. Like I just wish they could just continue in their fun way. Um, and I really, really liked the Indians in this movie. I do. So I think it's because they sounded like the Indians in my place of work. Some of them sounded like the Indians in my place of work. Some of them they're just being themselves. Like the small child, when she was talking during the where was she? When she went with her auntie to play and everything, she just sounded like my baby Ruchita. That's how Ruchita talks. The same voice, the same intonation, the same slow stuff. And I was like, look at Ruchita on the screen, no. So it was so relatable to me. Sida, I loved him. I loved Sida so much. Okay, the medical doctor. I think it was my favorite character. He was my favorite character. Also sounded like an Indian too in my place of work. The way he moves and everything. And for some reason, I wish he had a I wish he had a scene where he was probably jogging or going for a gym or in the gym or something, because at some point I was like, this guy is well built. And I understand. I understand why you can forgive him for all he sees or anything. And I was like, just go and jog. I wish they had a scene of him jogging or being in the gym or something or everything. But yeah, I think I also like the infusion of the India and the Nigerian culture. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Indian people were just so relatable to me because a lot of them sounded like people from my place of work. The Indian street food was also very nice because I've been to a Mumbai restaurant with my Indian friends and we're like, oh, let's try these buns, let's try this Indo Chinese. Even the jollof rice, even the jollof rice that they showed, it felt like an Indo-Chinese kind of rice. It didn't look jollof anyway. But yeah, but there was just something about the Indian culture that was so relatable to me. The way they speak, the people there, I could like call my friends and be like, this one sounds like Arti, this one sounds like Wichita, this one sounds like Manisha. I don't know. I just thought the Indians did it for me in this movie. Like I really enjoyed them because they just mirrored people that I see every day and people that I relate with. Then onto the part that spoils this space for me, Rotimi. I would just say that it's quite unfair to say the space is an elitist space because we have done a lot of movies like Something Special. I remembered when we did Something Special, I was looking for my Nigerian bank account. Lucky. I'm looking for my Nigerian bank account login to pay for movie because I don't think I could pay with my Canadian debit card or something. Shasha, I was looking for. I entered Zenith. I forgot something. I ended up paying with my Kuda bank. But I was looking for my Nigerian bank account to pay. I think I also paid for somebody else in Nigeria, and this was a movie that was not in any streaming service. And even I remember at the end of the year when we all spoke about Something Special, we're still saying, go and see Something Special, this and that. This is a movie that is not in any streaming service. I remember African Folk Tale Imagine that came on Netflix. Yes, it was a Netflix movie, but it was a movie that had combination of other filmmakers, not just Nollywood. And even for a typical Nollywood audience, a lot of people were not watching it, but we had the upcoming Nollywood director, the same person that directed It Blooms in June, I think so. I can't remember. But we had her, we had other people, and we also reviewed it on this space, and people gave their opinion. There are also times where they do Q&A with filmmakers, where after Raz Guy, we spoke with the writers of Raz Guy. Like, yes, um, sometimes Mr. C does some dictatorship and pick movie. Sometimes Mr. C does his own dictatorship and pick his own and pick movies we review. But there are a lot of times in Nollywood Film Club where the audience are asked what should we review. And I think it also happened this year too. That there were things that we weren't sure what to review and they asked and they put them on pool and people select. So it's not just a space where people pick elitist movie. To be fair, in comparison with other Nollywood media houses that only interview the trendy movies, I think Nollywood Film Club does more in terms of bringing both trendy and upcoming artists together. So I don't know why that thought or that notion
or where it came from and why it's dragged so long. About It Blooms in June, even though there was no space for It Blooms in June, the space that was held immediately where we asked, what are we watching? There were a lot of people that spoke about It Blooms in June alongside, what was there? Was it Japa? Was it Japa? I don't even know. Alongside Japan, other prime dumps. So yeah, so I honestly did not get where that notion came from. And I kind of thought that there were a little bit of disrespectfulness in the way you attack the host. Yeah, so that's what I have to say.
Thank you, my sister. I appreciate everybody. This my regime, this new dispensation that we're in for just 1 week. Instead of people to enjoy my sweetness and enjoy the loveliness that comes with Vanessa. Next week now, Mr. C will return with his robot and will just destroy everything. Instead of people to enjoy the loveliness that Vanessa has, you people got Vanessa worked up. It's not right, Rotimi. Rotimi, it is not right. Let's not let this no let's not do this, please. I'm
Sorry,
a lovely.
meditator. It will never happen again. Sorry, meditator will never happen again. I kiss the ring. I bow down.
Thank you. Your apology is accepted. Your apology is accepted. Eh? Edaku. Now we can move on to summaries. Oh, you have chased all my speakers away, Ruth. You've chased all my speakers away.
We
I
learn
don't
to
know where
please. We learn
Timmy
to please.
is.
We learn to please.
I don't know where Timmy is. I don't know where everybody is, but we're just gonna go through summaries, guys. This was a quick under 2 hours. If we can rush through our summaries, we can make this under 2 hours. Nollywood, no wait. Onyeko, please tell us your summary.
Yes. My summary. This was a fun, light, lovely movie. But that's for you to decide, not for me. I decide that for my own self. So let's go through my normal spiel. Movies and TV shows are for you to have fun, like to entertain yourself, so you can forget about, you know, how difficult life is. On a Sunday night or whatever day you have off, put it on, give it 30 minutes. Decide for yourself whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, there are millions and millions of movies and TV shows from all over this world. Choose one of them. Enjoy yourself. That's it.
Amazing, amazing, guys. This is a constant. Well, we love Onyeka's summaries. Oh, Timmy is back. Would you look at that? My speakers are coming back. Oh my God, it's good. Okay, so we're gonna go Timmy because Timmy was first in line. So Timmy, can you give us your summary, please? Thank you.
Um, so I actually didn't hate this, but I didn't like it either. I also don't think it was a waste of time. Honestly, I don't even think I have an opinion or on what I don't know how I feel about it. It was just 2 hours that I could have spent doing something else, I guess.
And that something else is watch postcards, ladies and gentlemen. Um, next we have, I guess, Nolly Goodfellow.
Well, I'd say it was enjoyable, highly flawed, yes, but there's this phrase we use here, which is leave your brain at home and go and watch the movie. I mean, we generally say that for theater movies, but yeah, I mean, if you don't think much into it and just go with the flow, it's something you can enjoy. That's all I'd say.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next we have Chinweke. Your summary, please. Ah, Chinweke, everything was going great. There you are.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry. Okay. So my summary is that I think this is an important collaboration between Nollywood and Bollywood, right? And I'm even glad to hear that Nollywood fellow found it and I don't say enjoyable, that he could endure it. So that's probably a good thing. So it's like a good export. So, and I wish the filmmakers well. I hope that they make a lot of money, but yeah, this just wasn't for me. And maybe it's for someone else. And I hope the people that it's intended for find it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chinweke. I feel like this is the least Chinweke has ever spoken on Nollywood Film Club. I don't know if I should take it personal that it is the week that I am hosting, but all right.
No. It's I. I was only you. You should have picked a
I'm
better
not the
film,
one that
honestly.
chose the film, oh, please. I'm not the one that chose
You
the
should have
film.
declined the. You should have declined. This was not a good film
It's
to host
Netflix
to,
that chose
honestly.
the film. It's Netflix that chose the film, not
It's
me.
a setup. They set you up. Whoever picked it hates you.
They love me because it's Dollywood meets Bollywood. The fact that you people didn't like it doesn't change the fact that it's perfect for me, to be honest.
It's a painful film.
Okay. I have Mel next, please. Thank you.
Nice. I enjoyed this a lot. And I think there's a rewatch in my future at some point. It's just saying something, I think. I like the way that it looked. The colors were vibrant. The food looked good. I liked the party, the upbeatness of it. I liked the humaneness as well. It was very human. So I really enjoyed that. What else did I like about it? Yeah, I think this is easily one of my. There's a few films I've enjoyed from Nollywood this year, and this is in the list of it. I enjoyed it. 11-year-old me who grew up on Kannywood is so happy, so fulfilled and filled, whatever. I liked it. I liked it though, and I want to see more Bollywood meets Nigerian films, whether it's in Kannywood or it's in Nollywood. I want to see more, 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 more. And well done, Vanessa.
Thank you. And I second the Kannywood bit. I want to see my actresses live all their wildest Bollywood fantasies because I feel like they will eat down. Rotimi, sure you will give us summary.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma. Sorry. Good to go. The only remark I can make about this thing that this thing was unremarkable. And if I make a remark about a film, it's not about the filmmaker, it's about the film itself. The filmmaker might still make a film that I would like. So that's it.
Hello, unremarkable. Anywho's, here's my summary, ladies and gentlemen, and mental gens, and everyone in between. Um, I enjoyed Postcards. I thought it was funny, heartwarming. I enjoyed the scenes with Rahamat and Siddharth. I saw, and I hate seeing the intention in most things, but I saw why this was made. Um, I'm very proud of Hamisha. I quite like Hamisha Auntie. I don't know Hamisha Auntie, but I know that Hamisha Auntie actually wants to make films. And I genuinely just love a woman doing what she wants to do and going so gung ho. And I can't wait to see what her third project is. We have Namaste Wahala, we have Postcards. I can't wait to see what the next Nigeria meets Bolly film show, whatever she makes is gonna be, because I feel like we're gonna have a good time. And she's obviously growing, and I think that's saying something, especially in Nollywood. And if she rejects the Nollywood curse of becoming stagnant and refusing to grow, she's gonna go places. She's gonna go places. Who knows? In maybe 5 years, we'll be having Shah Rukh Khan opposite Rama Sadao just for funsies, guys. And that was Postcards. Everybody, thank you so much for coming. See you next week. I don't know what film we're doing. I'm not going to be hosting, which is a shame. We're going to get that man back next week. And I just want to say, all of you that came to fight host the day that Mr. C was not here, my God is watching you because when Mr. C is here, people don't fight Mr. C. But hopefully, I will see you next Sunday at 6 p.m. Watts. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great
Bye,
rest of your
everybody.
Bye.
Hopefully,
Bye.
next movie not to be
Bye.
a bad movie. Bye.
Bye.
Nice one, Vanessa. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, great job, Vanessa. It was really. I was actually really enjoying the listening section. That's why I didn't really speak much. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was interesting. You did
Thank
great.
you. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the episode. If you enjoyed listening and would like to join live, just follow us on Twitter at Iroko Critic and join us every Sunday 6 p.m. West African time on our spaces.